Let's do it. Was just going to the gym. We're gonna start a fucking diet now. Um, UFC first live event for ESPN is this Sunday. Cain Velasquez versus Francis Ngannou. Um, uh, Cain welcomed the UFC to Fox, so it's kind of special that they let him be the first one to welcome big ESPN first. Uh, you see just how they've been since January. They've been doing cards for ESPN Plus pay per view, but this is going to be the first full card that's on channel 26. Whatever. Excuse me, basic cable ESPN channel you have, ESPN, the big channel. Uh, Cain hasn't fought. Excuse me for both of those. Sorry. Um, since 2016, almost 3 years ago, when he beat Travis Brown. Um, so, he's one of the best of all time. Uh, Great wrestling, great cardio. Going against a guy that doesn't have great wrestling or great cardio. So it's going to be a game of who can play their strengths. Francis Ngannou, everybody knows his story where, there's two big wins, Arlovsky and Overeem, where he got that impressive knockout. And then he fought for the belt, lost to Stipe. Stipe took him to the mud. And then he got beat by, who else he got beat by? Derek Lewis in that boring ass fight, the most boring fight known to man. Uh, he lost to Derek Lewis. He came back and he beat Curtis Blades. That was his second win against Curtis Blades. Um, that was back in November. He's fresh. He's still fighting. He's still in training camp. I'm not going with the fresh guy. I'm gonna go with the wrestler, just because it's gonna be a lot easier for the guy that's a vet, the guy that's got a lot of energy, a lot of cardio. If he's still the same guy, um, it's gonna be a lot of questions like that. Is he the same guy versus uh, can Francis come out there and put a pace that maybe Cain can't hang with, and that just standing up, he just keeps him at a distance where he can't come in and get the takedown, and Ngannou's landing punches. Bad news for Cain if that's the case, but just to be safe, I'm gonna go Cain Velasquez. Uh, TKO, fourth round. Fourth round TKO by Cain Velasquez. Um, Co-main warrior, the Texecutioner James Vick versus Paul, the Irish Dragon Fellner. Um, Vick's 9-2. In the UFC, he just lost to Justin Gaethje, was his most recent one. He lost by knockout. Um, he's good. He was on a pretty damn good streak until he lost that fight. So he's looking to bounce back. Great striker, same as Paul Fellner. It's going to be a war. I think that's why they got that co-main event slot. Because Dana's been expressing a lot lately how uh, the first or the last fight on the card, on the prelim, on the main card, and on the Fight Pass prelim matters way more than the co-main and all that shit. So just shows that how exciting that fight will be. That he trusted to put that on the co-main, but uh, let's see. What's up, buddy? I hear you, buddy. Um, Fellner lost his last fight, so he's kind of down in the mud. But before that, he was 3-0. Last fight was Mike Perry, so he fought a heavy striker he went to war with. Um, Sammy would probably do any fight. Um, Before that, the 3-0 was Charles Oliveira, Stevie Ray. You know, he had a couple good wins coming into the Mike Perry fight, and then, you know, of course, he lost to Perry, but he also is looking to bounce back. Um, Both of those guys, great strikers. Uh, it's gonna be fireworks. But if I have to pick, I'm gonna go Paul Feldner by decision because it's only gonna be 3 rounds. So I think we may be able to see 3 rounds of fucking hell from these guys. But Paul Feldner is my pick there. Courtney Casey, Cynthia Calvillo. Casey 1-1, 2018. Split decision in both losses and wins. Um, Paul, oh nah, shit, fuck. She lost to Watterson by a split decision, and her win was against Angela Overkill Hill. Calvillo last fought in November by submitting Paulina Bontello, rear naked choke. Pretty impressive win for Cynthia Calvillo. I actually picked Bontello in that fight because I thought Bontello's striking um, was gonna get to her early, but Calvillo got to the ground, boom, submitted her, quick, fast, and in a hurry. So you know, this according to case checks, kind of back and forth, kind of fighter. Drops a lot of decisions. Um, to where Cynthia Calvillo showed she's good at getting the takedown, whether it be early in the round and she does some damage, or whether it just be in the end of the round. Every round, just to give herself the advantage, and every round just to hold you down for 30 seconds, 45 seconds to a minute, and just beat you up for that amount of time to beat you. And that's 3 rounds straight. How are you going to give the other chick, you know? Can't. Can't. So, uh, Calvillo decision is what I'm going to go with there. Not much to talk about there. But the Kron Gracie, Alex Caceres fight that's right before that, if it goes down right before that, is slated to be the UFC's 5,000th fight. Um, Notable that Kron Gracie is Hickson Gracie's. Fuck, I'm saying his name wrong because I know this shit's silence, but Kron, I don't know. Um, Hickson Gracie's son, youngest son, is Kron. And he's fighting UFC vet Alex Caceres. What can you say more about him? He's coming off a split decision win over Martin Bravo in his last fight. You know, it's gonna be that also is gonna be a war, but I think, especially because I believe that Caceres will be comfortable trying to go there and fight Gracie on the ground. I think it's going to be Gracie by submission, first round. It's going to be tested immediately. I think he's going to have a first round. Um, Vicente Luque and Brian Barberina. Vicente Luque is actually he's an up and coming guy right now. He's 3-0 after losing decision loss to Leon Edwards. That was way back. Since then, he's beat Nico Price by submission, Chad Priest by knockout, and then uh, Dana White, Tuesday Night Contender alumni, Jalen Turner by knockout. So he's got 14 wins, only one by decision. So 13 out of 14 of his wins by finish. So this guy finishes. Brian Barberina, last loss was also Leon Edwards. That was 2017. He had one fight since then. Wow, that was a knockout versus Jake Ellenberger. So he also left off on a pretty good note. But Vicente Luque, way younger, I think got a lot more left in the gas tank uh, as far as Brian Barberina goes. And I think I got Sente Luque knockout first round. Sente Luque. The last fight on the main card for ESPN would be Andre Feely, Miles Jury. Miles Jury, of course, just uh, welcoming back Chad Chad Mendez. Sorry, of course, Chad Mendez won that fight. So Miles Jury coming off a loss. He was 2-0 before that, 2017, with a knockout win on Mike Latore and Rick Glenn. So uh, it's positives for him. Andre Feely, he's a veteran. Uh, he's got notable wins all across the board, notable losses. He notably won against Artem Lobov, Dennis Bermudez, and Hakran Diaz, and then notably lost to champion Max Holloway, Yair Rodriguez, and then most recently his last fight to Michael Johnson. So both guys really looking for a win here. Miles Jerry not fighting often, uh, culminating with coming off a loss. This will be his second straight. He may be looking at being released. Um, then we got Andre Feely, on the other hand, who's won good fights, lost good fights. Where are you really going? You're not really top ranked right now. So I mean, what's the direction here? You may be at the end of your road there. So we'll see how that goes. But uh, the person that I could see saving their shit right there is Andre Feely by a knockout. Um, Second round. Just picking rounds here. I'm just throwing them out. But second round. Also on the card is Aljamain Sterling versus Jimmy Rivera. Big fight on the undercard. It's main eventing the prelims. Benito Lopez, Manny Bermudez, Ashley Evans Smith, Andrea Lee, Henry Barral, Luke Sanders. So it's a very stacked card from top to bottom. Um, Everybody should definitely go out and check it out this weekend. Sunday, 3-fight weekend. Friday night we got Bellator 215. Saturday night we got Bellator 216. Sunday night we got UFC Phoenix first fight on ESPN. Fucking hey. Football season ended. They said we got Sundays now. We taking over Sundays now. But that's it for here. We're coming back. We're going to end this live stream just because I didn't want to add the two, because we're going to talk a little bit about 215, a little bit about 216, and I think it'll be a little bit too long of a video. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to make 2 videos. But, all right. So we're going to end the stream. Next stream's coming up. Bellator 215, 216. No official predictions, but we're going to predict a couple other fights. But 3-fight weekend. Shout out Pure Evil MMA. Robin Black, he's going to be covering 216 in the Mohegan Sun. The Michael Venom Page versus Paul Daly. Robin Black will be there covering him, talking, interviewing, shit like that. So shouts out to Robin Black. Pure Evil MMA. I'm working with him, Evil Eddie. It's a good guy right there. Craig Allen, Fight Night Picks, of course. Shouts out, guys. We'll see you guys. Be right back.